What's your most useless skill? I can find lighters almost anywhere. Not by choice really, but pretty much everywhere I go. There will be a lighter in my path. One can argue that lighters are a pretty common trash item. And I agree. But lots of things are common trash, and I don't see them every day. Plus, and I mean in my path, I mean it, they're always pretty much right in front of me. On hikes, at work, outside my house, etc. Wherever I go. I like to think it's my mundane superpower. Or discovery calls without acknowledging I'm doing a Rubik's Cube, because in every single instance, the other person brings it up that they can't figure out how I did it without really looking at it. I'm great at jumping to conclusions. Like I can clock who someone is and what they're about almost immediately. It's useless because if you warn your friend about someone before they've actually done anything, then you're just a presumptuous prick and a hater. It's like Paul warning the Beatles about Alan Klein. He saw a crook, but they all got extremely pissed at Paul because he hadn't done any crooked shit to them yet. I can slither the veins on the back of my hand side to side like a snake. I can also do that thing where you stack quarters on your arm and then snatch them out of the air. I also once caught 6 consecutive shrimp in my mouth at hibachi, the last to toast rapid fire and in the air at the same time. I'm sure there are others. Most of my skills are useless ones. Being able to hit anything annoying and repetitive. Is there an alarm going off somewhere? I'll be able to find it if only to turn it off for my own sanity. Any and every noise that is irritating to anybody will bore into my brain, and I will seek it out to figure out how to make it shut up. I hate it and I wish I could be like most people and ignore these things. I'm great at understanding insane logic. Some weirdo may say the most dumb or ridiculous shit ever, and I will be able to trace his possible train of thought that led him to spew this nonsense. It may not make sense for you, but for them, it can make perfect sense. I can use my phone 24 hours straight. If I get bored, I will not stop. One day starts using my phone with earphones on, use social media for days straight with 8 hours sleep. In whole for days 2 hours per day. In today it is 6 hours straight when I'm writing. Auto splinter. I literally get splinters when I touch untreated wood. That includes pet toes, wooden plank, sides of IKEA furniture. They're not always protected by melamine. I have a deal with my boyfriend. I stay away from untreated wood. I can easily spot security cameras, and I found out yesterday I'd make a great detective stalker. I was this girl on my way somewhere, and I made a very accurate guess on where she lived by where houses are in the direction as she was going from. I'm really good at driving a forklift. Like so good that it's crazy. Efficient, fast, and safe. I hate it though. It's useful if I ever wanted to pursue a warehouse job again. But not for some with zero warehouse aspirations. I can find the north with my eyes closed. My friends tested me and made me spin around eyes closed, and most of the times I was able to point to the north even disoriented. LOL. What am I going to do with that? Okay, this one is kind of disgusting. I can move my left thumb in different positions, and it looks broken. My bone there is very flexible. It disgusts most people, but it entertains my little sisters. Mental math. All of that bullshit about you're not going to have a calculator with you all the time, and you'll never know when you need it. Someone never imagined smartphones would be a thing. I can look you right in the eyes during a conversation, respond to you, be engaged, yet not hear a single word you said that entire time. It's a talent I've perfected over the years. I can tell you the number of things in jars: 10. Jelly beans, matches, ticket stubs, etc. I've only lost when you go over. And it's always like 3 or 5 over. I can remember events exactly as they happen. What dress you were did to talk about. Pretty good at reading facial expressions, psychology, etc. I can recite the entire movie Kangaroo Jack word for word. I did it on a road trip, and by the end the driver of the car said, well, I don't need to see it now. I can name all of the 50 states in America in alphabetical order. I'm not even American. I can also vibrate my eyes. That freaks a lot of people out, lol. Growing up in Florida, I learned how to mimic frog calls of all sorts out of nothing more than boredom during quiet nights. I lived between two ponds. I can flask on command, vibrate my eyes, turn my leg and arms backwards, pop my neck super loud, stick my tongue to itself, and cry on command. I can procrastinate better than anyone, and actually have a strategy I follow that allows me to do so. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. I can whistle in 56 different styles along with different pitch, sound and intensity. Also, I can spit at the exact spot long distance. Most men have this ability to not clean or organize their room, but they know exactly where that particular needle is in the haystack. I can ride a normal bicycle pretty fast. I'm talking about over 20 kilometers h. My parents have electric ones and I'm faster than them. I can identify a handful of birds by their calls. I can probably also just look at them while they're in my hand. But still, it's kinda useless but also not. I can cure hiccups in 10 seconds. Without fail. And I have made many dollars from the doubters. I can move the ligaments of my hand. There's nothing special about it, but I like to show off to my friend what I can do. I can guess your weight within 3 pounds. Even you fatties. Seriously. I should work at a carnival or some shit. I can tell from the sound of people's coughs and sneezes whether they are sick or just allergic or faking it. I can fake swallow my food, show that my mouth is empty, then bring it back up. I call that my magic trick. I can pretty accurately mimic the call of a mourning dove. Confuses the hell out of the neighborhood doves. I have an amazing ability to judge film. Like how much water will it take to fill the water purifier. I can stop the wine anywhere by simply removing a stunt kite from its storage bag. Works every time. Pen spinning with a wooden dowel. I think my most recent post is about it. Or one of my most recent. I can screech in different tones and lengths. It's weird as fuck. People say I'm part pterodactyl. I can replicate the item puck up drop sound in Minecraft with my mouth. It's actually really easy. I know one magic trick with a deck of cards as long as it has 4 jacks. It's not very impressive. I can name almost any rock song after 3 beats that was a top 10 hit between 1967 and 1972. I can bend my fingers so far back that I can touch my wrist with a finger of the same hand. Typing out really well thought out comments or replies and then immediately deleting them. Remembering that I read this exact same question 2 days ago when I was last on Reddit. I can partially dislocate my jaw to get more food in my face. Just like a snake. I'm really good at whistling a tune on the correct bars and timing apparently. Research the hell out of the most obscure and random topics in existence. Flipping a pen around my thumb. It's useless and I am addicted. Help me. I'm extraordinarily good at towel whipping. Made someone bleed once. I'm very good at playing the rogue class in World of Warcraft Classic. Derping on command. My ABCs backwards. Those skills in combination. I can memorize credit card numbers. Only good if you're a criminal. The ability to be invisible, but only when people aren't looking. I can blow air bubbles out of the corner of my eye underwater. I can post on Reddit with little to no impact. Edit oops. I've got plenty of education, but no employer seems to care. Being able to make the Vulcan hand salute with either hand. I can fell asleep right after I finish my few Red Bull cans. Something my Bachelor of Journalism. I can click retractable pens in and out very, very fast. I can fart anywhere anytime with how much loud I want. I can speak Dovahjul from Skyrim Language of Dragons. I can pick at a hangnail until my whole hand bleeds.